Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Satisfactory with me, your host, Parallax. So I logged on for just a little bit, and I was running around the factory, and I told myself, I was like, I don't remember what I could do. Like, I think everything is running smoothly. I don't think there's anything I can do in this episode. I'll have to go do some very, I'll have to go do some tertiary work. And then I looked over here and realized that no, that's not the case. Everything is broken and nothing is working, and yeah, we have a lot of work to do. So I guess the first thing I'm going to do is run down and see how the rubber is going. Rubber is a resource we have a ton of, and we actually stopped producing. We scaled back production on rubber by a lot, but we do have a stockpile of it. So I guess what I mean to say here is that you see how we're not even using the rubber that goes off that way. That's just because it goes to a container and sits there and does nothing. The same thing happens out where rubber is made. We have a container, I think 2 containers full of rubber. So I'm going to go just run out there right quick and turn those onto this line. Because right before this, they were going into a grinder. Believe it or not. I had no use for it, and I couldn't. You can't not produce it, and you can't not grind it, because then if you don't, the line will back up and it'll stop producing the heavy oil residue, and we need that for fuel production. I wonder if those things are still behind me. Quartz. We need quartz for a research opportunity, but I don't think it's enough quartz for what we need. Right. You see, there it is. What we're going to do from now is just go ahead and do that. And then we're going to do a merger, and we're going to merge into... There we go. Hey. Not cool, my friend. Not your friend, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy. And away he goes. Right. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe we don't even have that many. Yeah, we don't even have that many going out. Over the oh man, over the course of I don't know. Oh, yes. So we had all of those full, and I think what happened is over the course of a very, very, very very long time, I have a sneaking suspicion that holy moly, guys, how many of them are you? Lord. Over the course of a very long time, I think that that grinder slowly ate all of the rubber. Like, I think we had like 4,000 rubber or something in there. Let's just say 4,000. And what was coming in was like 4, and what was going out was like 7. So over the course of a very long time, I think that slowly just kind of gobbled up all the. We don't even need it out here. It's just using electricity for no ends. And that's not even hooked up anymore. So yes. So that stinks about the rubber, because we actually need rubber now. We did change over some of these to plastic producers instead of rubber producers. And we do see that rubber is kind of backed up. So it might be an idea here. I think it was these guys. Yeah. Might be an idea here to switch these over to rubber. So let's go ahead and turn you off. Take that into my pocket. I'm going to ask that you start not producing plastic, but that you produce that. Then from here, take that out. I'm going to do the same thing with you. I'm going to ask you to turn off. I'm going to take the plastic that you have. Where's your out plastic? Oh, you don't have any. I'm going to ask that you produce rubber. And do that. And then, how did I do this last time? I guess I'm just going to do it like this. Yeah, that looks horrible, but it's better than having yet another merging block. Turn you back on. And turn you back on. Here we go. Perfect. Now the really nice thing about getting those going back toward... Now are you doing rubber too? You are. And there is another... See, this is how much rubber we had at one point. This is yet another container that was holding rubber. Oops. Yeah. So the nice thing about this is that now we're producing the heavy oil residue again, whereas before this one was full of plastic. It was at 200 plastic. So this one wasn't running and producing the heavy oil residue. But we need that to be running, you know, pretty efficiently, because that whole heavy oil residue is needed for a lot of things. Like back here, it's needed for fuel to run the generators. AO? Oh yeah, this one's unhooked because this one makes the coke, the coal supplement or substitute. And this guy is running at 70, mainly because I think he can't get rid of the plastic fast enough. I don't know if upgrading the line would help this situation. I think it's I'm just merging it into one big line. You see what I'm saying? Like all those are merging into it, all that's merging into it, this is merging into it. I think maybe there's just an overload on the line here. And then that plastic, is it being used all the time? It doesn't look like it's being used constantly. It looks like there's a slowdown somewhere. I do need more rubber. I wonder if it wouldn't be a bad idea to change one of these lines over to rubber. I just kind of worry. Both this one was into rubber and this one was into rubber. And I didn't even realize there was another, I didn't even realize that this was back here. This is a pure one too. So it produces a ton. It's like all three of that, 1, 2, 3, those right there aren't even running on account of they're making, they're full up on plastic. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and 1, 2, 3. Stick, and your plastic. Probably, you know what? We'll leave you normal. Not normal. We'll leave you how you are right now. We'll have you produce rubber. Then there. Okay, so now those are all producing rubber. Yeah, look how they just don't feed in at all, do they? That stinks, man. How are we not using all that plastic? We have so many things that plastic is used for. You Yeah, there you go. Maybe it's moving now. It's gonna take a while for that to clean up, though. Oh, maybe not. Look, there it goes now. Oh, as soon as I say that, it stops. I don't really want to do anything until that gets cleaned up, though. Until those plastic pieces get out. Because if I of course set something up right now, um, if I set something up right now, it's gonna have contamination from the plastic. So I think I'm just gonna hang here for 1 second and let that clean up and go through. Maybe it would help if you just don't work right now. On. And then when it gets cleaned up here, I'm just gonna send it that way. I guess I could do that while we're waiting. Then that right there is not where it needs to go. Yeah, that's as good as it's gonna get right there. And while I'm waiting for that, might as well do a bombing run over here with these things. Oh, we didn't. Hang it. Forgot to go pick up some more up. Rip. We're out of bombs. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So we're just waiting for you to wait for that right there. Perfect. All right, now you can go again. Thank you. Logistics. We're doing a. Actually, we're just gonna turn this thing around. Maybe a little bit too far, but it'll be okay. That looks good. Let's just run this belt down here until we can find a rubber to merge it with. Can't get too much closer to that, thank you. Like a current in a river was carrying me toward the inevitable confrontation with those bugs. That should have stopped before there. Grab it. Lord have mercy. Maneuver around here. It just shows you. You show how frustrating it is if you just don't have that one telephone pole where you need to have it. You know what I mean? You're not a telephone pole. There we go. There's that one telephone pole we right there. Yeah, it's gonna go through, but whatever. Merge block. There we go. And now let's go turn these 3 on. That technically weren't producing. I mean, yeah, they were making plastic, but they weren't really helping. There we go. Let's just watch. First one produced rubber, second one produced rubber, and the third one produced rubber. And they're also making some heavy oil residue, which is needed for the system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 5, 6. There we go. All right. So that's not going to really fix the whole rubber shortage we have back home, but at the same time, it's going to help. It's going to help just a little bit. And now, oh look. How silly is that? There we go. That cleans it up a little bit. There. That looks pretty good. That's a healthy amount of. Hey, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this weird? Oh, that's level 1 right there. That was level 1 um conveyor belt. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. Okay, good. All right. Oh, the air conditioner's on. Let me go turn it off. I started running back. Oh no! Oh no! Not those things. I started running back when the before the air conditioner turned off, just because I wanted to get back and start working on the other. No. Now that those things don't die when they spawn, like those are very annoying. Very unhappy. I really do hope that the exploding stuff, whatever it's called, the pipe bomb. I hope the pipe bomb destroys it permanently. That would be fantastic. Anything that is destroyed by the pipe bomb, I think, should be gone permanently. Which would sting, because sometimes you don't mean to do something. We need a spider tail. I think the spiders are called stingers. Reloading. Nice. I think these are stinger remains. Yes, we need these for research. That's good that there were 3 of them standing there, so just like 1. Will there be more? There's just 3 dudes who stand at the who stand in that cave. It's out here. What's that? Oh, something I dropped a long time ago. That's neat that it pops out right here. La 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 la. Oh, I thought I could make that. I thought that my jetpack would turn on because I'd be close to a power pole, or my hover pack. And yes, we also need to hook up the motors. Yep, okay. Oh look, tons of rubbers out here now. Cool. Cool. So maybe that is going to solve our rubber situation. Love that. And the problem here is that we don't get enough aluminum casings from the new base. So we are probably going to go out there and set that up to be an aluminum casing production line. And then send aluminum casing over here. But let's go hook up the motor so we can start getting some of these turbo. That's the last step, right? These 2 guys right here, that's the last step for the turbo motors. Yes. So once we get these, we'll have turbo motors being produced. Alright, let's go do that. Let's go grab some bullets, some bombs, and then we'll run the motors over here to get the turbo motors going. Look at that. Oh yeah, I never hooked those up, I thought. Yeah. I remembered that I was gonna increase this line, this quick wire line, and then I remembered that this was already, see how that one was on yellow for just 1 second, and that one's on yellow. This line is already at almost peak efficiency. It's actually pushed a little bit more over it. So the reason why we're doing this is because we're going to get to motors Mark III, and we're going to get those turbo engines. We need 3 of them, and we're going to go turn the that deposit thing to a Mark III, so that we can turn on that and we can have more quick wire. But I need to go get Bombs and Bullets. There is an absolutely great band, and I think yes, the main band is called Rancid, and they're an old punk band. And do I need? I just take 500 with me. And there's the lead singer. I think his name is Tim Armstrong, and he teamed up with a collab with a rapper. I can't remember the rapper's name or the rapper's group, but they had a band called Transplants, and they released a song called Diamonds and Guns, and that song is a fun song. Like if you were ever at a part, look at all these. They're not even working on copper. We overproduce the copper cheese. But if you're ever at a party, and you know you can't do it with a bunch of squares, but if you're at a party with a bunch of cool people, they're like, "Hey man, what's an old punk song?" You cannot go wrong with Diamonds and Guns. It's not even a punk song. It's not even. I shouldn't even call it a punk song. It's just so fun. And input. Face that way. And then when we get done with this, I think we're going to try to figure out how to increase production of the encased steel beams, because that is something that's going to need to get looked at. Let's do a wall. I feel like we're going to need a wall. Right, and then I'm going to need a foundation. You come out there, go to the foundation. And there we go. Now, do I want to make it where it straddles that? Because straddling it would look much better than it running like next to it. So let's go ahead and have it straddle it. If I can get it to do it. Oh, this goes off at an angle. Ooh, that is... Ooh, that's less than ideal. Go. You might know the punk band Rancid from Time Bomb. Black coat, black hat, Cadillac, yeah, she was a time bomb. Good song. Fun song. Let's say fun song. Let's say fun song. We'll zoom this stuff and we'll build a wall. Ooh, no, vertical, please and thank you. I remember I worked with a guy named Colt, and I think his dad named him after the drink, Colt 45. Pretty sure he did. But I worked with him, and that guy, he was let's not call him a music snob, but let's go ahead and call him a music snob. And he, you know, I mean, it was his identity. Like I get that, and there were a lot of people, you know, that I guess it's the same with Star Wars. Or let's say that, yeah. So like right now with Star Wars, I get a little mad because, like I remember playing the Star Wars pen and paper, you know, with my friends. I remember not being bullied for it, but people didn't think that you had all your mental capacities, you know, if you liked Star Wars when I was growing up. Like they really did see it as like a really kind of a dumb movie, you know. And like nowadays, you know, they're going to tell you that they were huge Star Wars fans and they love it because it's Disney. But anywho, but that's just kind of how he was, you know. Like he had a lot of bands that he really liked, and he didn't want to see them be turned into something they were not. Kind of like how Star Wars is turned into something. I think it's not. I mean, yeah, it was always a story for kids, and it was always a. I mean, okay, so let's back up. So was Star Wars always a story for kids, right? Like, a couple of things. Number one, George Lucas had Carrie Fisher not wear a brassiere when she was filming Star Wars: A New Hope. And then there was the kissing scene because he didn't know the relationship that Luke and Leia were going to have. Then later they turned out to be brothers. So, you know, that's kind of a weird... do I want to go this way? You know what I really should have done? Instead of bringing this up, let's do this. Yoink. And then not to mention like some of the horrible things that happened. But you know what? Nothing really bad happened in the old movies. It wasn't until much later you had the like Anakin Skywalker killing children, which I mean, to this day, like, what was the point of that scene? You know, like, what was the point of him having to kill kids? Like, why not just have? And this is, I'm getting off. I'm getting off on like 9 different topics here, but I really never ever felt that Anakin Skywalker turned to the dark side. Like, I never, like, watching the movies, you never get that vibe that he's a bad guy. You know, like, he literally is one of the nicest guys in the movie. Like, he never does anything. Like, I mean, like, he does things that in our world make complete sense. You know, like with Count Dooku. Like, if Count Dooku had been begging, if Count Dooku had been arrogant, or if he had been goading him, like, if there was something, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's why he wasn't. Is that they wanted to show you that Anakin straight up murdered him. I mean, how many like, okay, so when I was reading this book, I forget the name of it, but it was the book written by the alleged guy who was on the Osama bin Laden raid, right? And there's a point where all the operators are stacked up on the stairwell going up to the second floor of Osama bin Laden's house, and they see someone look over the edge of the railing, right? They see someone look over the edge of the railing, and one of the operators recognizes that it's one of Osama bin Laden's children that peeked over the edge of the railing. So the operator leans back up against the wall, gets really comfortable, and like sets up his sight picture, and then calls the kid's name again. And this is a young man. I mean, he's 17 years old, I think, or maybe he's 14. But he calls his name, you know, like Joseph, Joseph. And the kid looks over the edge again, down the stairwell, because no one knows what's going on. I mean, like, they've heard the helicopters land, they've heard a little bit of fighting. But it's just, you know, just kind of one of those things where the kid doesn't know exactly who's calling his name. So he just looks over the edge of the, he looks over the edge of the railing just to kind of figure it out. And the guy shoots him in the head, like when he looks over the edge of the railing. And that was, I mean, yeah, the kid had a gun, and yeah, the kid was gonna, you know, protect his father, right? But it was just, like, that was a gray area for me, you know? Like, and I know it wasn't like the police, where they should be saying things like, hey, you know, give yourself up, come out with your hands up. Like, I know that, like, it was a military operation. But at the same time, like, not even, like, calling out a child's name. Like, that plays, okay, let's say this, it plays on the child's ignorance, right, of the situation. Right? And I understand that, you know, in combat, playing on the other side's ignorance is, you know, that's like chapter 1, you know. But they just seemed underhanded a little bit to me, and should I even say unfair? But things like that, like if Anakin had done things like that, then I would have been more inclined to believe his fall to the dark side, right? But with Count Dooku, yeah, I don't know. Him murdering Count Dooku did not seem like a big deal, you know. Like, had Obi-Wan, when they brought Obi-Wan to like, if Obi-Wan came to and Obi-Wan looked over and saw what had happened, and he just saw that he, like, had his head cut off, right? Then like later they could have been like, hey, Anakin, just wanted to touch base with you a little bit. Saw that Count Dooku had his head cut off. Like, what was like tell me what happened in the duel, you know? And then of course Anakin would like explain, you know, like, oh, this happened, and then it would kind of dawn on cooling system. What the deuce? What's a cooling system? Oh, poo. Oh, it's not radio control units, man. Oh, no, it is radio control units. Oh, it's not heat sinks, man. It's not heat sinks, it's cooling systems. It's cooling systems, bro. Well, Um, this is not a big deal because I can send the cooling system south that way instead of sending them north and having them wrap around. I just need to figure out how to make a cooling system. Are you a cooling system? No. No, you don't make cooling systems. You make the heat sinks. Do you make cooling systems? No, you don't make cooling systems. Oh, please don't tell me it's a friggin' blender. Please don't tell me it's a blender. Frick. Okay. Okay, well, good news is we already have rubber coming into this area. We have the heat sinks. We're going to need water piped in from somewhere. And then can I... Nitrogen gas. Nitrogen gas. Aren't we already bringing in nitrogen gas? Isn't that nitro? That is nitrogen gas. Okay. So, can I put in a couple of blenders down here? That's a bad shot with this. Here you go, buddy. Wow, we're just not making a lot of those. So nitrogen gas is there, which is great. The rubber is there, which is great. So I can put them right here. I just need to send... And I could actually rip up... Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. So what I can do is we don't use... Like, after, that's the end of the line right there for those things. Let's do this too, actually. Organization. You walk for just a second, you know, just to get them off the line. Perfect. That goes into my inventory. Perfect. Okay. So now what we can do, watch this. Go over here. We're gonna rip this out. We don't need it. Yeah, but the Anakin Skywalker, I never felt like he turned to the dark side. And just to try to wrap it all together, my friend being a music snob, like I understand why he was, let's say, protective of his hobby, because holy crap, man. Oh. Is it gonna go? Nope. Dang. Okay. So let's do a merger. Be so nice if I could make that work. Okay, okay. There probably should be a function on these things where you can change the way they travel. Like you can point at them and hit E, you know, and then like interact with them instead of them being so completely static. But that's cool. I feel like it is gonna let me. I feel like it is gonna let me do what I want. All going the right way, yes? Yes, it looks like it is. Now, I I'm gonna keep building. How many? Hold on. How many blenders can I put in? This is gonna be a cooling system. Gonna do this really? 2, 3. I can get 3 out of this. That might be all I need. Because it's full disclosure, when I get done with this, where I'm making the parts, I am 100% counting on leaving the factory on and going to sleep, and then waking up in the morning and having everything that I need. Like I am not, it's not going to be like super duper 100% awesome efficient. Okay, there are the heat sinks. And you're going to be making cooling systems. So now we just need one more component, which is going to be water. And of course, we're not going to need the belts, those things. So let's go over here back to where we started. And oh, hold on here, hold on here, hold on. We actually do need to leave this connected to there. And then okay. Right, and then that will come off and click into there. Does that also go to... Holy poo-poo! Why am I making such a... Let's think of this. Okay. Now here... Is that copper? Look at that. There was copper sitting on there, and that was actually stopping those from working at all. Okay, now that is ready to go. This one also had a piece of copper stopping it up. And now it'll have heat sink stopping it up. Okay. All right. And now... Mercy. Right, so you can see what I'm doing. And now we're going to have to rip that up. Oh, no. Nope. Go. Station. And... Yep. And it is going to be weird pulling off. It's going to be weird pulling off the heat sink from an angle, but we've done stuff like that before. So let's just check. The middle one there needs to be water. That one holding that needs to be water. So we're going to rip that up. Rip that up. That one still feeds in, so that one's good. Put that middle one there. Gonna take it out. Take out that middle one there. Place it with one that feeds water. Water. Okay, so there's the rubber. There's the nitrogen gas. The water is incoming. Then there are the heat sinks for the cooling units. Why would you think that would be okay? And go ahead and just plug that into water. Go up here to this. Go ahead and plug you in with nitrogen gas. Go up here to the splitter. There we go. And you know what you're doing, right? Perfect. And all the others will do something similar to that. We'll hook them all up in a similar fashion. Now we just need to go find water. Just need to go find water. Sure, there's water back that way, but that would be kind of a pain to run water through all that. But there is water right there. Would that support one more investment in water? Extractor. It would. There is room for one more water extractor. How much water? I think it said 25 water for that recipe. That would work there. It would overlap, it would work. How much do each of you make? 120, so that's 240. And I think it's 25. That was 75. We don't need this one. We just need the one. And let's just kind of see what this is going to look like. Typing it all the way through here. Probably somewhere right. Ooh, maybe not like right here. Maybe somewhere a little farther. Let's go see if we can find or poke a hole somewhere in the floor and bring this up. Oh, whoops. Probably. Let me go do this. Let me go power up that water pump, just so when I get it out here and everything, I'll have what I need. Are you already level 4? If you're level 4, yeah, there you are. Okay, there we go. You're running. Here. Thank you guys for staying with me, by the way. Like, I know that this has been a very, very long series and that maybe it's not the most exciting, but, you know, I can completely understand if you take the... Maybe I should just run it all the way. Yeah, I'm going to run it all the way down this way and then hook it into that side. That's what I wanted to do from the beginning, and it's right here. It's not that far away. Yep, not that far away. I think games like this probably are much better played either on stream, so that as I'm doing things, you can like talk to me, or making choices, you can be like, no, that's bad, that does not look good, do not do. Or if I had someone else here with me, and then I was talking to somebody and we were working together, like I'm sure that there's a duo, Splitsy and Capac, and those two guys have a great format. They live together, like they live in the same apartment, so they do very well with their content. It's very hilarious. Capac is like this super duper laid back, like it'll work. It's not a big deal. And then Splitsy is the one who kind of demands not perfection, but he does demand like some kind of intelligence to design. The water is making its way here. As of right now, there's nothing really pulling on that water, so this should be filling up. The pipe at the end, I understand, is pulling. This actually should get to the... It should fill up. And it's important for me to know if this is going to fill up here, what the flow rate is going to be, because I might need to put a pump in. I mean, it's just right there, like it should be. See that one right there? Like that one's super aggressive in pumping. That one's good, you know. This one should be moving as energetically as that one is. but it's not filling up, which is odd because we're not even pulling anything yet. It's just priming the pipe. We're just trying to get the pipe filled. That's so funny because it says it's 120 per minute. I guess this pipe just holds an awful lot. It'll take a second to get it primed. And then down here, this is where it ought to slow down. Like, this is where it would make sense for me if it slows down. But here, right, this should be primed all the way. This should be 100% good to go. You don't have a problem here. It does look like it is filling all the way up. Then it squeezes back a little bit. And then it should kind of stop and fill all the way back up again, because the pipe preceding this should be full. Let's see if it makes it all the way to the end this time. The sun is up. Well, let's keep doing that because it's hard to see. Okay, yeah, now I'm pretty happy. Now there's a flow rate and the pipe is full. And then you just can't get it to go up much higher. Oh, it is completely empty. Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to put a pump here then. Logistics. I'm just going to do a pump Mark 1. Get it going that way. Then, yoink. There it goes. Pumps it up. That's full. Should be full as well. That looks really good. And that gets water into it. Yes? Right. Perfect. Oh. What happened here? Why did that one go up on stilts? Instead of just kind of going to where, like the rest of them did. It's not a constructor. Was that me? Did I do that? Did I pull it up? Must have. Okay, better. Alright. Now let's go ahead and get all this piped in. The junction here. Bum. And here. Bum. Down here. And up here. Water. Gas. And water. And there we go. I feel like that's pretty good. We have the heat sinks and the rubber. So we're pretty much good to go out here. Let me go grab a power line. Always need another power line. Do one more. Way out there. Okay. Then the logistics, the splitter. Over here. A splitter. And that one can come right off the bottom, so we don't really have to worry too much about its alignment. I actually commented on one of Splitsy's and Capac's videos once, and they responded to me. They liked my idea. In Space Engineers, you have grids, right? And the grids have their own center of mass, and a problem can occur where you're building what you believe is one structure. Like you're building a spaceship or a space station, and in your mind, it's just one structure. But unbeknownst to you, at some point during your construction, the computer, maybe you laid a block that wasn't 100% attached to another block. So now the computer assumes that there are two different grids. And the problem with assuming that there are two different, why is that one, why are you pink? There we go. The problem with it assuming that there's two different grids is, of course, um, you when you turn on your thrusters, there's two different centers of mass. So you turn on your thrusters, one center of mass is being moved by your thrusters in one velocity, and then the other center of mass isn't because they're not connected because there's two independent things. And Splitsy was talking about how difficult of a problem that was because you build really really big things and you won't know there's a problem until you turn on your thrusters for the first time and you try to make way, and all of a sudden you're getting these like really weird stutterings and pieces are flying off your spaceship. He was like, oh, there's no way I know how to fix that problem. It's just something that you have to figure out, and then if you want to save your ship or your building, you have to go through the arduous process of grinding down parts until you finally find the problem. Well, I told him, I was like, hey man, there's a thing in the options panel where you can turn on a you can turn on show center of mass for the grid. And if you have two grids, then it shows two center of masses because there's two different grids there. And he was like, oh, that's an ingenious way to solve that problem. Thank you so much. I'm going to be using that in the future. You're a big help. So, not saying that, I'm like super awesome, but yeah, not bad either. All right, let's load an organizational deal. Let's get one of these, put it there, here. That goes into there. It's just going to clear the line of those. Then down here, I feel like I'm just going to have to stand and pick them up. Yoink. Yoink. All right. I'm going to go over here where they're made. You guys make them. Put that in there. Put that in there. And put that in there. There we go. And then what am I going to do here? Just ran it right up into there, didn't I? Oh, yeah, it goes under. Nice. Nice. Really, I shouldn't bend it. That, have it come straight out. And something like that. Hey, that was pretty good right there. That's pretty good. Maybe I bring it up to this. Can you click in there for me? Appreciate that. Get rid of that. Then, oh right, it won't because it's not facing the right way. I was going to say, like, I'll just click it in there, but I cannot. Okay. Okay, right, and then that. Man, it would be pretty sweet if, like I said, you could just look at those things and change them, like their direction. But you cannot. But maybe, just maybe, it's saying red. It's saying it's too steep. So let's just go ahead and connect that. that. Up here. Pull that out. Pull that out. Do a splitter there. I hear the gribbly behind me. I'm just going to ignore it for just 2 seconds. All right. Look at that. Producing some turbo motors because now I know what a cooling system is. And I think for the Mark III miner, we only need like, what, 2? Need 3 of those. All right. And then, of course, I'm just going to go ahead and put one of these here. Hey, buddy. And then he runs. It doesn't feel like there's any bullet drop in this game, which is neat. Then a merge that one together, and then merge that one together. And at the end, put one of these things. There's 2. Oh, there's 4. All right, I'm gonna put 4 of those in my pocket. And then let's go over here like we said we were going to do, and let's upgrade the firm wire, or the quick wire thing. We need 100 of those motors to get particle enrichment. Oh, we also need the cooling things too. The 400, we need 400 of the cooling things. Interesting. So we're going to have to do something about that. We're going to have to steal some of those cooling units. Oh, that's great. I can't believe that I set that line up and just got 2 of the things I needed. That's wonderful. Oh, hold on. I'm going to need to, I'm going to need miners. I forget you always have to have one more, like, portable miner or something. What was the other thing that I needed? Okay, the frames. We were just at the place for the frames. What a pain in the booty. Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. And no, just because I saw that thing and then I reloaded, it didn't mean that I was thinking about shooting it, and then I remembered that I needed to reload to make sure that if I was going to shoot it, I'd have a full magazine. That's not what happened. That's what seemed. That's what it seemed like, but that's not what happened. We're gonna need more rubber. Which is funny because I was complaining about how rubber like wasn't a big deal, and now here we are. Eating rubber. Plastic coming down, the plastic. See, now the plastic doesn't look like a big deal, you know? Like, now it doesn't look backed up. I'm going to have to walk back down there again and see if that's how the plastic always looks now, or if something happened. I have a sneaking suspicion that somewhere in the line the plastic is, there's like a level 3 or a level 2 conveyor belt, and it's just stopping the whole process. Okay. Portable miner. Need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, and then also I need. I don't know if it's the iron rebar, or I don't know if it's this anymore. What was that? Pulse. I don't even know what the pulse one does. Build one. Let's see what pulse does. And homing rifle ammunition. Not enough empty space. Well, while we're here, let's go ahead and do some of the alien organism research thing. Let's do that one. We have the stingers now. Hooray! And now what is this? Organic data capsule. Rewards. It cost 5 meat. Organic stuff. I don't even know how to make the meat. And the quartz thing. Yeah, we need 150. That I can just make myself. But these over here, like that one needs 200. I could probably just set up a quick little. Well, I don't know. I have 900 of those things in my inventory. I do not. My God, I have 900 of those things in my inventory. I almost have 1,000. Okay. All right. Well, let's focus. I have what I need to go upgrade. I have what I need to go upgrade that thing, which is what I want to go do. Put that up, but don't have a place for that. Put that up, don't have a place for that. Don't have a place for that. Cool. All right. Got it. So that, that. Why do I have iron plates in here? All right. Let's go do what needs to get done. 3, I can build it. Good. I was seeing this guy making screws for something, and he had an entire factory dedicated to screws, and I was just like, man, it's too much. Not just for screws. Okay, what are those? Those are radio control units. And then you are the plate. Right. Comes out here. That seems right. I should double check before I sent it, but I think that's right. Because it's the only thing that's not backed up. Down, under, back up, and then out. Should pop up somewhere over there, I think. Yep, there they are. Let's see if lights turn from yellow to green. That one just did. That one just did. Okay. Can't believe I had almost 1,000 of those things in my pocket. And here's the train. It's empty. Let's see if it unlocks. I think it'll kick me out of this screen. It stops at 134. All right, let's just see if it's gonna be more of those plates. I'm pretty sure it is, but let's just double check. We're right here, and the train popped up. So yeah, and it only brought like a handful up too. Like it didn't bring that many. All right, well, we need to go down to that new base and check things out. It's not sending up as much stuff as it ought to be sending up. Let's go over here and let's upgrade this thing to a Mark III. It'll be our first Mark III, yeah, first Mark III miner in the entire game. And then we'll probably have to upgrade the line here. Hey, yo. Ah! Nice. Not how you should behave. Oh, I missed the startup. It's probably the same. Oof. I can't afford it. Story of my life. Oop. Go ahead and hit me. That'd be fine. Oh. This might not be as okay as I thought it would be. That one little... Okay, there we go. Ah, damn it. Target fixation, man. Get that target fixation. It's not that bad. We're not too far away from where we died. I got to take a ride down to the other base and get more of that aluminum stuff anyway. I could make it here, actually. I could go down there but I think I want to make that into the plates. Yeah. Making those things where they don't explode, where they keep producing the little flies, like that's cool. Like they did a good job with that. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot there was poison gas cloud. You can run on the side of these and it doesn't you're not on oh, I think I fell down on the ground. I think my crate is on the ground. Yeah, there it is. Oop. And then here nope, not that one. This one. That. Legs. And two of those things left over, and then a bunch of beacons, which I probably am going to put the... No, you need the beacons to build the runabout, the little shuttle. Get rid of those things, though. Alright, like it never happened. And we have a passive health regen, too, so... There we go. Can I up this at all? Some of those. Okay. Kind of make it a little better. By a lot, though. Yeah. All right. So we have some things to do. The next time that we meet, we're going to try to figure out how to get the encased beams, how to get that, how to get production up on those. We need to run down to the other base. I'll probably do that off camera. Go down to the other base and grab the aluminum and get that up to level 3, and then we'll expand the firmware production because that wire there is needed for the quick wire production. The quick wire production isn't doing it's not as fast as it could be. We're not at 100% because we're not getting enough of this. And it takes 56 for one of these, so it does take an awful lot to make just one of these. But like when this gets done, it's just not going to fill up in time. Okay, so we know what we're going to be doing next time. Trying to get our quick wire set up so that we can make more of these high-speed connectors. Then probably going down to the new base and making sure that production down there looks good. If there's any bottlenecks, try to figure those out. But as I see it, we have in production 2. I can't believe that we got 2 today. I thought we were only going to get 1, but we have in production 2 of the things we need. Now, granted, one of those things that we're making, the cooling systems, and you can see the cooling systems there. Now, granted, that cooling system is being used to produce one of these things, but it's going to fill up. You know, like one of these days, this will be full, and then maybe that'll back up, and we can just steal them from there or something, or we can up production. We can build the wall there, and the wall will go up, and then we'll have. And we need to have rubber to do that. So there's a lot of things we need to worry about. A lot of things we need to worry about. Rubber being one of them. The quick wire being another one of them, and then steel encased beams. Or if I'm just going to use this, the Mark V belt, we have to have a way to get that Mark V belt delivered up here, because I can't keep riding the train every time I need something to go down there to that other base, which is, it's horrible. But yeah, we definitely need a way that everything that's at the new base can be found here, and everything that's here can be found at the new base. I don't know how to do that. But anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.